my hat. Thank you.
Don't put it back on your head.
Oh, my fans are freezing! Ah! It is hard to breathe out there. We got snow out there.
And we're going through, there's clumps every once in a while where it's like pure white.
Yeah.
It's hard to even see the road.
How are you liking this weather?
It's fine because I'm not driving.
Well said, I guess. We're out here at Aaron's place, Robinson, North Dakota. Pretty cool. We're gonna go out and find the drill. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be in the shed too, because he's gonna make it easy on us. All right, let's go inspect this thing.
Yay! Here she is. What's this?
This is an old Melrose spray coop. That's my grandfather's old spray coop, and now we use that just for pastures and ditches and stuff like that. So.
You'd like that, it's like a three-wheeler.
You would. Yeah, it's reliable as heck. Old 1586 over here. It used to be the main workhorse in the farm when my dad was growing up.
Okay.
Everything used to be tillage, you know, fall and spring. I remember being in grade school and doing my homework in there with my dad's out there in the field. So
Yep.
Then
tires
is
and
this his
equipment.
old pickup?
Yes, my grandpa's there too. I won't get rid of that.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's
What-
an automatic 71 Ford. So
Automatic 71
Automatic.
Ford.
grew up in that thing. That used to be when you hauled cows to town with.
Okay, so he'd use it as a pulling truck.
Used to, yeah. Now it's just
It's in great
in the,
shape.
in the way.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I know you said you wouldn't get rid of it, but if you
No.
want to sell it,
Well,
let me know.
love to restore it. I mean, I'd love
Yeah.
to get it back. It used to have sparkly green paint on it. And,
Yeah,
oh, that'd be something to have. We used to have.
this is
We used to go
beautiful.
fencing with this thing. It's only two-wheel drive, so
Okay,
now once you have four-wheel drive, it's kind of hard to.
I know. But this would be one of those you just drive it for fun and drive it to town.
Drive to town, check fields, stuff like that.
Yep.
So, I think it was for like $7,000 new. We got the receipts somewhere.
7,000 new. That's
Yeah, that was a lot of money.
they've gone up a bit, but
Yeah.
value of money, I suppose.
Yeah. When Grandpa was retiring, he bought this new, the spray coupe new, the 1586 new. We had an old 1440 combine he bought new.
Okay.
Within like 5 or 6 years, and it's right when my dad was coming into farming. My dad had some
Yeah,
good equipment coming in. So
that's nice.
yeah,
Good way to start.
yeah. Do you do body work?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Motorcycles, old vehicles.
Yeah. Could use a new dash. That one's cracked, but I don't think it's got a.
It's nice.
Not a ton of miles, but it's.
Yeah,
used.
a lot of history here.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna get rid of it.
Oh, Dad, look at the triples on the tractor.
Triples. Just got done having a nice chat with Aaron here. We're talking about updating his Precision Disc 40. It's like an SDX. He's got 64 rows, 40 foot, and a 3430 cart. Cart's really nice shape. Probably gonna do the front tank. It's had some corrosion there. Something to watch for, guys, is if you've got one of these, if this vertical part here, this spindle or mount or whatever, there's a weldment that then goes attaches to the spindle. If that's tipping at all back, be watching for that, because that can fail, and then this whole dolly setup will go under your cart and take out your undercarriage. So that's something to watch for. I always tell guys, it'd be good to preventatively change this if you start to see a tweak back or have any concerns at all, to keep that fresh and not happening. Hose looks good. He's got some upgraded Martin wheels here. We're looking at doing the closing wheel arm pivots. There's some play here that we'd like to get taken care of so it closes good. And then notoriously these row units have some side to side play. And what happens is these pins slop out in the bracket. You can see how big that gap is there. Here's another one. And instead of wearing out here where the bushings and the pin go, and that's where it should wear, it ends up wearing in this bracket. So we got to change these brackets out just to get these rows to run true. So we'll look at doing that. It's very common on these to need to do that. But our fix, we have a bigger hole here, and then we'll put a spring bushing in there and get that solved. Otherwise, we check the depth adjusters, and there's usually play right here where it connects. The link connects to the main part here. We can take care of that with not too much work. We check the disc hub. Those are all good. So besides that, the disc diameter and the scrapers, we want to check that, make sure it's within spec, and the gauge wheels. But a nice machine, got a lot of life left into this guy. We can just make it go longer and for a lot less money than new. 335 Case IH Steiger tractor with triples. Russell was pretty excited to hop into this thing and see it. Boy, it sure is a nice day to be inside. Let's go see how the weather is. Whew. We're sheltered here, but boy, it's pretty bad out in the open. Got a traveling buddy here. No banks already. Come on. Already got the stabilizer in here. Is that broken? No, it's stopped a peg. There's big gaps here. There's not very many of those stuck. What do you think? Looks good? In the snow? You can see it in the snow? Yep, that's a bad bearing right there. It's going out. He has about 70,000 acres, so this is a wiggly one. Want to get these changed. We're going to do all the depth adjusters, so we're already going to have the hub in our hand. Might as well change the bearings while we're at it. Woo! This is a brutal inspection. Got the wireless blockage already, so that's good. I'm trying to figure out if the hose is weathered or bad enough to change, or if we can leave it. Maybe we leave it for now. I'll ask him what his preference is. Oh, back to the warmth of the beast.
I couldn't even get the door open.
Yeah? So Kason's at the shows and sees us often. Maybe you've even seen him in a previous video, but we just did his air seeder inspection, as you saw, and we got another bucket for him. Thanks for having us out.
Yep.
And we see that we got Russell to work over here. So we'll go reward him with this little treat that they gave us. You're doing a great job over here. Is that how you use it? Oh, it's broken. Well, as a reward, they gave you this thing. I can hold it for you. Beautiful shop. You guys finally got it done. Kason was saying that this was open last year and they were able to get some heat in here, but it wasn't quite done. So this is a big deal to get something like this done. Now you can actually work in the winter. Thanks again, Kason.
Yep.
Have a good one. It is November 21st and the wind is not blowing today, which is a real relief. Got the SDX type drill, Precision Disc 30. here and an ADX 2230 that we're inspecting. Just got done with it. And we're gonna help this guy in Dunn City, North Dakota, get his drill up to snuff. Discs, depth adjuster link fix kit, a few more closing wheels, seat tabs, and a meter housing on the cart is what this one needs. Next stop is Baker, Montana. We'll see if we have cell signal there, hopefully. Because I got this now. This is called a WeBoost system. And what it does is it boosts the cell signal, helps me get that signal better when I'm in those real remote areas that usually don't have much. What you doing?
Coloring.
What are you coloring?
Kubota crayon thing.
Oh wow, they got a Kubota skid steer on there. That's pretty cool.
What are you up to?
I'm just putting the information in the quote here.
A few moments later.
Let's get going.
Got a different kind of drill.
Yeah, look at this thing. It's a Bourgault. What model is it, Russell?
3720.
We got a 3720 Bourgault here. At least 60 feet, maybe 80, I don't know.
Look at those tires on the front.
Yeah, those are huge.
I wonder why they need this big of a tire.
Look how tall they are compared to me.
Look at how.
They're up to my eyeballs.
And then to me,
Yep, they're bigger.
a lot bigger. This looks so much like Tony's cart.
Yeah, who's Tony?
Tony Fast.
Oh, you know him? You're not sick of him?
No.
What do you think of that energy?
A lot different than my daughter's.
How's it feel to have a son?
I don't need a lap warmer today. It's a little warm outside, but I got one anyways.
Yeah.
What kind of cart we got here?
Bourgault.
Yeah, what size? Well, let's read it.
99.50.
99.50 Bourgault cart. I believe that means it's a 950 bushel cart. All right, so we got to inspect this thing and see if it needs anything. Quite a number of hoses. Do you see any holes in them or cracks?
Don't know.
Don't see any corrosion there. Intelligent Ag wireless blockage here. That's nice. Big transport wheels. Handle the weight. Oh, we got a little bit of water in here. Turned to ice. Three spoke wheels. And then this would be Bourgault's version of the disc drill.
Looks more like the John Deere kind of. But
No, don't you dare insult Bourgault like that.
The audacity!
This is different. This is different than a Deere. Don't insult John Deere like that, right?
oh wait.
So this one has a scraper more so than a boot. It shoots it down, and then it's got this, looks like a seed firmer.
It's actually a weird seed tube.
And then this is like a walking beam closing and gauge system.
It's kind of. I think the gauge wheel's supposed to get scraped or something by the disc.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
If a disc gets scraped by the gauge wheel. So what happens is with a style like this, you've got these things oscillating, or walking beam I call it. Let's say you're going down the field like this and you hit a bump right here. This lifts up, but this comes down a little, and so the impact or the change of your row unit up and down is about half of what it would normally be if this was fixed. If this was fixed to the row unit, you know, any movement this wheel sees would be directly translated into this row unit. This row unit would also go up and down. But because there's two wheels and the pivot point here, it averages it out. It's probably half. On your closing, this will follow the ground, and your closing will probably maintain a consistent downforce as well. But your downforce for your row unit goes on both these wheels, so it may be harder to adjust which wheel gets more downforce. It may be more fixed. I don't know. I'm sure there's settings to change it, but so that's the difference. Now, a downside of this style is you could have a bump, and your gauge, your depth control is basically back here. Well, your seed delivery is here, and that means if you hit a bump, it's going to dig into the bump first, and then when you come out of the bump and these are going over it, now this could be coming out a little bit more of the ground, and your depth control won't be as consistent. So it is really nice having this fixed, this point of depth control being right next to your seed delivery, very similar to the John Deere and others, and also Bourgault's got a new version that does that as well. And so there's just different things out there, and really just different ways to do it. And you know what, I've heard from farmers that in some conditions that a John Deere doesn't do well, the Bourgault does well, but vice versa. Some conditions that the Bourgault doesn't do the greatest job, well, the John Deere does good. So it's almost like you gotta have two drills. There you go. Just buy them both.
Would the seed be going through here or on here?
The seed would be just on the inside of this bigger one.
Do you have a better one of these?
I do not have a different wheel for here, but this acts kind of like a packer tire, and it helps pinch it close too. It helps cover.
Do you want more compaction when your seed is trying to grow, or do you want less?
Well, compaction is not a good thing. You don't want too much compaction. You want just enough for it to have good seed to soil contact. Great questions. Wouldn't you guys say? Let's measure this thing. Okay, the mid-row banders are just about 18 3/4. Seed ones, 19 1/2 for the seed. I'm getting more dull. Well, I think I got what I needed here. It's 84 seed rows and 42 mid-row banders. We'll see what we can do to help him out, and we'll be on our way. Lindsay, Montana is where we're at, and going back to stay in Glendive. Then we'll be back to see another customer in this area, and then we're on to Moccasin tomorrow. We are in Glendive, Montana, and stay the night. We got a drill here that is for sale, so if you're interested in a drill, make sure you look us up. It's a 39-footer. Russell's gonna go with the farmer, and they're gonna round up some of the components that go with it. It's got a 2-tank, 240 bushel tow between cart. Pretty clean in here. There's not really corrosion that I can tell yet. Yeah, there is 3 meters that come with it. Auger still looks good. Decent anyway. And then back here, it is a single chute setup right now. 39 feet, 12-inch spacing. Looks like Dutch openers. Some of these are worn down. That one, and probably mix a third of them are pretty worn down, but there's a lot that are still okay. Rolling baskets back here, rolling packers. Got some splits, some have been replaced, but he said they should be working, spinning, free. Comes with a new tire, but all the tires still hold air. So let us know if this is something that you'd be interested in. Are you driving that thing? What? So something interesting that is around here is this cactus.
You don't have to find it, it'll find you.
It'll find you, yep. We're gonna take a look at the John Deere here. We did 1 meter housing. Look at that beauty. Tow between cart looks like a nice one. 430. 430 bushel.
Bourgault?
What size is this? 62 foot. 62 foot, 1830. 12-inch spacing. 12.5. Yeah, nice machine. Get some work done with this one. Well, thanks again, LJ.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime.
Keep up the good work, and watch out for those cactuses.
I'll watch out. We'll see you guys.
Yep, see you later.
Alright, we're all feet cows.
There we go. Ah, did a lot better this time.
Yep.
All right, just leaving Bloomfield area, Bloomfield, Montana, not too far from Glendive. And I hope you enjoyed that tractor ride, feeding the cows with yours truly, Russell, there. How'd that go?
Good. Had to do it twice because we cut the wrap, rolled it down the hill, rolled it the wrong way, so it didn't unravel right. So then we had to pick it up again, haul it to the top, and do it again.
Ah, well, that's what happens sometimes. On our way to Moccasin, Montana.